So this is my universal credit experience so far. As of the 13th of February 2018, I'm now on universal credit. What you do is you set up an appointment to get help from somebody at the job centre if you're not able to work out how to do it yourself, to go through the process of signing up to universal credit. So you go to the government website, you type in universal credit, it asks you to sign up to universal credit, then you go through all the steps to sign up to that, including making sure that you let them know that you have housing needs. So like, by housing needs, I mean that you had your housing benefit and council tax reduction set up, originally being paid for you to your landlord, be that the council, a housing association, or a private landlord. I don't know personally how private landlord situation works because I'm with housing association. The follow-up to that is today at 3:30 I went back to the job centre with details of my rent, my bank account, my like I had a bank statement and my bank card, my passport, but you can also have a driving license if you don't have a passport, just something that has your picture on it. You then go through the steps of a advisor, checking your ID, checking your bank card. You may not necessarily need your bank statement or your rent statement, but it's advisable to have that with you. Also, if you have a tenancy agreement, either a tenancy agreement from the council or a tenancy agreement from your private landlord or your housing association, take that with you whether you need it with you or not. Now, the steps that I've gone through is that he's checked my ID, he's checked my bank account, he did look at the fact I have my tenancy agreement, my bank statement and my rent statement, just so that we could set it up for how much per week I pay. And because I'm with the housing association, I pay a certain amount of rent, and then on top of that is a service charge, so you can go onto your universal credit site and set up to say you've got housing, so you can put how much your rent is and how much your service charge is if you're with a housing association like me. You can make sure that you take questions with you. So for example, if you want to know how much you're going to be getting each month and how often, etc., what date it'll be paid on. You can also ask for an advance, which will help you to be able to sort out things like obviously keeping your internet on if you've got home internet, although that is a luxury. You are able apparently to be able to go and use the job centre's computers, local library, something like that, if you can't afford for any reason to have home internet, and if you feel okay to be able to go and sit in a public forum to do your job search, you can use the council's building, we can use our council's building to use their computers, or the library, or the job centre plus building. So you can get an advance of the money, but you do have to pay that back over a period up to 12 months. So I will, because I've had an advance payment, so that I can start paying my rent and stuff, have to pay that back over a period of 12 months. You can also ask for training in certain things. So for example, if you've worked in a particular line of work before, such as I've been a cleaner, previously you didn't have to have a certificate to prove that you had your care of substances hazardous to health knowledge, but now you do have to have a certificate, and you can put that on your CV. You can also upload your CV to the Universal Credit Journal rather than using, I don't know whether or not you would still use Universal Job Match. I haven't been told that, so that'll be a question that I get to ask next time. I have an appointment to organise my claimant commitment for Universal Credit. I also now have an appointment to do a budgeting thing with somebody from the council, so that I could budget any arrears for things that I have say for example, because I used to live in a 3-bedroom flat, I have arrears with the council that I will organise paying back to the council through my universal credit, via a standing order, no doubt, over a period of time, on top of paying my rent for where I currently live, and making sure that I organise my water rates, gas, electric, my TV licence, and buying food and essentials. You will be paid your universal credit at the end of each month, so probably like the very last working day of each month. If it's a 5-week month, that you'll be paid at the very last working day of that 5-week month. So then that will carry you through the following month. So say for example, if you're going to be paid on the 26th of March, that will get you through to the last working calendar day that you're due to be paid in April. So you have to make sure that everything is getting paid over that 4-week period, and that you have enough food and necessities to last you that month, especially if it's a 5-week month. So this is how universal credit is working. It's 6 benefits pushed down into one, so you'll all get around about the same amount of money, possibly the same amount of money each, with which you have to pay your own rent. I think if you're working in, I think it's only if you're working in a part-time job, but I will check this out, you will probably have your own council tax to pay as well. So everything you pay yourself, you have to set up your own direct debits and standing orders for everything that you need to pay. And you also need to work out if you have anything left over by the time you've sorted out your rent, possibly council tax, any arrears that you've got to organise. You have to make sure that you've organised everything to go out how it needs to go out over that month. So this is just my update, especially my personal update on what universal credit is. Unfortunately, it is something that, whether you like it or not, we're all going to end up on. Having a job doesn't mean that the good benefit of universal credit, and I know there isn't many, but the universal credit means that unlike with job seekers allowance and employment support allowance and other benefits, you probably only have to fill in a holiday form, probably not even that. You don't actually get kicked off of universal credit if you're going on a holiday. Obviously, because you're agreeing to do a certain amount of job search a week, in my case 35 hours a week, which doesn't all have to be done online, luckily, that means that you will have to have means of being able to do your job search, especially if you're in the UK still. I don't know how it will work if you've gone outside of the UK. That's something else that I can check for you when I do another update. But I know that obviously if you are only going on holiday for a certain period of time in the UK, you'll have to address that with whoever your advisors are. There are going to be different advisors that you see. You'll have like a work coach and other advisors. My next appointment is going to be a 50-minute appointment to organise my claimant commitment. This is not really dissimilar to having had a claimant commitment with job seekers allowance and with employment support allowance, to be honest. It's not necessarily as terrifying as people think. It's not the most ideal but it is supposed to be now in line with how you would get paid and everything if you were in a job. So this is a way that is being brought in to help people to understand what it would be like if you were in a job, because obviously depending on, I mean, I know it's not great, and that there's people that physically actually can't work, which is why there's been a fight against this universal credit and saying that it should be suspended and stuff, but unfortunately it hasn't been suspended. It is coming in. People like me are being put onto it now. This is the 4th change of benefits that I've had in 4 years since I was moving into this flat and changing from benefit to benefit to benefit. I hope this was helpful to you. I was going to wait until the results of the poll, but I think it's really important that I got this out there now. I will continue to update you. I have my budgeting appointment on the 2nd of March and my climate commitment appointment on the 5th of March, so I will continue to update you as much as I can on what I can remember of what's happened. If you like this video on Universal Credit, give it a thumbs up. Please leave a comment as to what your situation in the comment section if you've had to go onto Universal Credit, etc. Please share on social media to help other people who may be getting transferred onto this benefit at some point. So like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, because there will be more videos trying to help educate people on this situation. Bye for now.